Introduction to a collaborative project created by Lina and Bayardo Lopez, taking into account Professor Patricia Alvarez's template as a reference. Name of the project: Interaction fosters your ability to communicate meaning. Overview: this collaborative project is created considering an important aspect that students can communicate effectively using English, because it is possible to notice that most of the students face some difficulties when they have to interact in the second language. They do feel comfortable or happy to do it because they are afraid and feel ashamed to make mistakes. According to this, it is important to give them tools which motivate them to participate in an active way, especially in the development of different collaborative activities, because they feel that they are learning in a funny and interesting way. This project allows students to interact with technology, giving them opportunities to increase and improve their communicative level, because they enjoy working on it and like the opportunities that internet gives them. For this reason, it's important to take advantages from this and use the technology as an instrument to motivate students to learn in an interactive way. Objectives. First, motivate learners to interact in the target language using Virtual Language Resource Center as a scenario to share information as well as to ask for help. Second, encourage learners to develop their self-directed learning approach so students can initiate their personal learning scaffolding. Third, foster learners to interact both on the Virtual Language Resource Center and outside of it. Fourth, guide learners in their learning process through a help desk session. Fifth, facilitate learning spaces in the Virtual Language Resource Center in order to give learners opportunities to carry out the language. Expected outcomes. Students are going to keep simple conversation based on the information learned on Virtual Language Resource Center in order to interact between student-teacher, student-native speaker. Students will motivate their learning community to use this helpful technological resource. Students develop their self-directed learning approach to increase their knowledge. Students carry out their learning scaffolding. Students initiate their own journal in order to write relevant events during their learning process. Student roles. Students work in a collaborative activity in order to achieve the objectives of the project. Students participate actively in all the activities proposed to accomplish the objectives. Students use the forum as a resource where they can share information and learn from others, giving meaningful feedback in the comments. Students develop all the activities taking into account the sequence and instructions given by the teacher. Students contribute to the project with information or tools they consider important in order to improve their Virtual Language Resource Center. Learning objects. Object 1. Videos are opportunities students have to interact with the real language. They can listen the target language in a real context. This resource motivates students to observe and participate in a more active learning experience because they can improve not only speaking but also the listening skill. As Mel Heiner, 2011, proposes, videos have important implications because they can be incorporated in language assessment related to listening and speaking skills. Object 2. Games give learners a lot of possibilities to increase their language performance because learners can not only enjoy them but also learn from them. Educational computer games are valuable in the area of teaching strategic management. Shu, 1989, and Wolf, 1997. Object 3. Outline forums where students can share their options and discuss their thoughts. In this way, students have the opportunity to help others with tips. They can answer questions as well as participate in conversation about different topics. It gives chances students can answer and keep the different topic active. In this part, students have synchronous and asynchronous communication. Scaffolding opportunities. This project has home, rational, help desk, collaborative project, critical thinking forum, photo gallery, learners videos, resources, parents orientation, chat, FAQs, last minute information, real-time sessions, tasks and activities, role plays, evaluation. Each part, which composes the Virtual Language Resource Center, is an opportunity for our students to learn more and improve their interaction and communicative level, using technology as a tool to motivate them to participate. For this reason, it is important students interact and work using each of the sessions in order to improve their English level. Other learning resources. Web 2.0 tools which allow students to work collaboratively because they can feel actively involved, participating and creating new things, because they can also use them to share information with their classmates and at the same time with the teacher. Voxopop. This tool allows students to participate in conversation when they can talk and the other person can listen and answer. This is an opportunity to improve their communication and interaction because they are using the second language in real time. PB Works. Using this technological resource, students can create documents and initiate their own journals. Online dictionaries. Students can use online dictionaries which are always updated and where they can find as many words as they need. It also gives the possibility to students to check the right pronunciation and to find formal and informal words. Future development. A virtual language resource center with a lot of learning resources that facilitate learners' possibilities to increase their language performance in terms of interaction, which gives students opportunities to learn and work using different tools, improve their level. Moreover, students can work in an autonomous and self-directed way where they can improve their skills wherever they can and at the most appropriate moment. Now, here we had a chart that is very important to consider for our learning and teaching process. Organization. Distinction 5th. In this section, we consider that it's very important to give you okay, sorry for the interruption. As I said before, that we really want to give our learners is the opportunity to evaluate themselves in terms of improving their learning process. For that reason, we consider very important the rubric. For example, distinction fit that is mean excellent in terms of organization. Students present information with excellent logical and coherent organization. It is a merit for, we added, information is developed with outstanding coherence and cohesion. Pass 3, acceptable level of logical and coherent organization of information. Not to standard 2, the information is not coherent with the questions they answer. Well below requirements, non-existence organization. In terms of content, distinction fifth, so it means excellent. Provide through insightful introduction, complying outstanding with the criteria provided, a descriptive paper where you state the name of the project, a project overview, the way you will present it to your students, the objectives, expected products, student roles, tutor roles, description of at least 3 learning objects, scaffolding opportunities, other learning resources, future development. Merit for information is clear and understandable. The content describes the steps of the project is detailed with the corresponding support. Pass 3, adequate introduction which complies with most of the criteria provided, a descriptive paper where you state the name of the project, a project overview, the way you will present it to your student, the objectives, expected products, student roles, tutor roles, description of at least 3 learning objects. Not to standard 2, information about the project given but is not meaningful and complete. In order to develop the project, there are some missing aspects. Well below requirements, non-existent components, else to address requirement. In terms of language style, grammars, mechanism. Distinction fifth, that it means excellent, mastery of all aspects of language awareness. Merit for outstanding feature that consider language awareness. Pass 3, acceptable level of language awareness through sound interference. Not standard. Second, there are mistakes about grammar and language which do not allow the reader to understand in an appropriate way the work. Well below requirements, lack control of language awareness impairs readers' understanding. So at the end we have final score. Dear colleagues, professor and students, you are really welcome to our project. So any suggestion, advice, or criticisms is really welcome. We hope to improve everything as soon as we can master our course. God bless you. You are really welcome.